All right, the Karvonen formula, 220 minus your age. 220 minus your age equals your max heart rate, minus your resting heart rate equals your heart rate reserve, times percent intensity plus resting heart rate gives you your target heart rate, and that's beats per minute. So make sure that when you do your quiz and you do your paper assignment, that you write this formula exactly the way it is right here. I'm going to send you pictures of what this board is, both filled out and as it is right now. So if you have somebody who is 20 years old, has a resting heart rate of 60, and let's just say they're working out at a percent intensity of 50. So you would go to this formula and you would subtract 20. That would be 220 minus 20 is 200. That is their max heart rate. Minus their resting, we see that it's 60% right here. So we subtract 60. That's going to give you your heart rate reserve, which is 140. Then we know that they were working out at 50%, so we're going to turn that into a decimal, which is 0.5. And then we're going to add the resting back, so 60. So once 40 times 0.5 plus 60, that gives you 130 beats per minute. So that is their heart rate that they're going to be training at. So here, as Dr. Meyer had on his page or on the board at school, are these two figures here. This is explaining the formula in pictures. So you can see we have a long I, a line up top and a line down low. This line up top is your max heart rate, which we find right here. Sorry, right there. Then you have your resting heart rate down here, which is 60. And we find that from this right here. So 220 minus 60 is your heart rate reserve of 140, which we find right here. So that means from your resting beats per minute all the way up to your maximal heart rate is 40 beats. 40 beats that you can play with to exercise. So you can't go below 60 because 60 is your resting, and you can't go above 200 because 200 is your max. So that gives you 140 beats per minute that you can work with during exercise. So if you take intensity of 50 or 50%, 0.5, which we are given here, then we know that heart training heart rate or exercise heart rate is 130 beats per minute. Sorry, I have it down here, 130. So resting is 60, and you have 130 beats that you can do in that 50% line. So this little line is 50% of this big line, which is 130 beats. And then we know that they can go from 60 all the way up to 130, which is right here. 130 at this line. I guess I should put it here. 130 at this line is 50% for someone who is age 20, has a resting heart rate of 60, and then an intensity of 0.5. Tomorrow you will be doing your Rockport 1 mile test, and we'll be using this formula. You will enter in your age here, your resting heart rate you need to know, and then by doing a calculation that we will show you tomorrow, you will be able to find out what your intensity is, and then you will plug it into the Karvonen formula, which will give you how many beats per minute you should be exercising at. So this whole picture right here is not what you're going to be tested on. It's just a picture form of this formula to help you better understand it. So the main importance is to understand and remember this formula, and then be able to plug in the numbers to get your training heart rate. I hope this helps you understand it a little better.